Claude and Cursor love these elif chains, which are great when you have a limited number of functions like this, but open up a whole can of cyclomatic complexity once you're up to like 10, 20, 30 functions and beyond. Luckily, the registry pattern solves this. Pretty much all we're gonna do is use a simple dictionary to store functions and then use a decorator, which is a function that returns a function, that wraps a function to basically automatically add our function to the registry. So from there, all we have to do is just register a couple functions. Let's see how Cursor does generating some. The best part of Cursor is the tab model, but I feel like it still misses so much. Let's see how it does. And I think I'll pull a couple of these off. Now all we need to do is just add a dispatcher. I'll clean up some of this other code. Notice everything's kind of self-contained. So you can add commands without touching the router, and everything pretty much registers itself on import. So let me go ahead and just rename these, and then I think we just need to initialize our dictionary, which Cursor's gonna do for us. I'll lop off these old functions, and then we'll run this to just make sure it looks the same. That's an embarrassing spelling mistake there. And then we'll go ahead and run this, and you'll see same result. So to me, the most obvious use case, at least what I'm experienced with, is like API route handlers. So if you're building something like Fast API or Flask, they actually use this exact pattern. App root is a registry decorator. Obviously that scales to hundreds of endpoints. I think what's also killer about this is you can add like validation and metadata. So we can go ahead and add like a requires auth. And then from here, you can call this in those other functions, and I can make another one down here, maybe like a admin delete function or something. And you can say that that requires auth. To me, this pattern is so much easier to extend, test, and maintain. And the best code is the code you don't have to touch again or when requirements change. You can kind of just extend this, and I think it's quite obvious to other developers just reading this on how to extend it, how to add another function.